there are major and minor plates on the Earth's surface. All the continents and oceans are situated on massive base of rocks. Here, look at this slide. You will find here continents are lying on certain plates. African plate is given here, this one. And here you find it is Indo-Australian plate. This. Actually, all the continents and oceans are situated on plates. Then what is a plate? Right? Plate is the massive base of rock. That means massive base of rocks are called plates. So all the continents are situated on massive base of rocks which are called plates instead. So there are 7 major plates and many more minor plates. Major plates means which are large one. Okay. Those are African plate. Which one? African plate. Look at this slide. What do you see here? Number of plates. This is the first one, African plate. Okay. Then South American plate, second major plate. Third, Indo-Australian plate, this one. Fourth, Antarctic plate, this, which is at the south. Fifth, Eurasian plate, here it is, that is at north. And sixth is a Pacific plate, which is large one, that is Pacific plate. Okay. So, and seventh is North American plate here. So these are 7 major plates and many more minor plates also there. One is here Nazca plate. This is one minor plate. Caucasus plate here. It is another minor plate. Arabian plate, here it is, between Eurasian plate and African plate. This is minor plate. So all these are plates. So what is the speciality of these plates, right? Is there any importance of these plates? Yes. Actually, these plates are floating on the mantle. Where it is? Floating on the mantle. We have discussed here in the previous class that Earth's interior consists of crust, mantle and core. Right? The first one is crust. Second one is mantle. Third one is core. In that, outer core and inner core. This is the point we discussed already. So here we find a molten material where at mantle, molten material. So this is the crust part, what I shown here. Understand? So below the crust part, there is a massive base of rocks. this what we call plates. Understand? So where are plates? Plates are on the molten material, right? Molten material means it is not a hard substance. It is somewhat a semi-liquid one. So on the molten material which is at mantle, on that plates are situated. So actually these plates are floating on the mantle. These plates constantly push each other. As they are floating, then they push each other. All the plates, okay, major and minor plates, all these plates push one to another every time. Okay, look at your African plate is pushing to the South American plate here, right? They are pushing constantly each other at every moment. Okay, they move very slowly. They move very slowly that we cannot feel. The movement of the plates we cannot feel. Understand? So here African plate is pushing the South American plate. South American plate pushes the small minor plate Najaka, and Najaka plate is pushing the what Pacific plate, and this Pacific plate pushes the Indo-Australian plate. Indo-Australian plate pushes the what Eurasian plate. Eurasian plate pushes the what North American plate. Okay, and all these, that means at every moment we find there is pushing among all these plates. They constantly push one to another. So what happens when they push one to another, right? So when they push, there we see some kind of pressure is exerted on one plate by another plate. Okay, let me show you what happens by the pushing of the plates. Okay, here I am drawing, please look at here what happens when plate pushes. Look at, my dear students, here this is one plate. Okay, you may think it is a Pacific plate or Indo-Australian plate or Eurasian plate. I'm considering it is a Eurasian plate. And here what is their Indo-Australian plate. When they push each other, here the pressure is exerted. And due to that pressure, one plate is pushed under the another plate. Okay, now look at here. This is the plate rising up, and another plate is going under this plate. Okay, so where are these plates? On the mantle. So when two plates, look at here, when two plates push each other due to the pressure, one plate dips into the mantle. Where it is? Mantle. Upon the plate, what is there? Crust part is there. So the crust on these dipped plate into the mantle enters into the mantle and turns to molten form. It turns to what? Molten form. And the molten material from the mantle comes out from this, okay, which is very hot. As it reaches to the Earth's surface, it becomes cool and forming the water new crust. What is that? Forming the new crust. Sometimes we see that the substances from the mantle comes out and gets the folding to form the water mountains. So our Himalayan mountains have formed by the plate movements. So the movement of the plates is called plate tectonic movement. What we call that? Plate tectonic movement. Tectonic. Tectonic is the word derived from the Greek word tekon. Which one? Greek word tecton. Understand? Tecton means builder. It means what? Builder. And this word derived from the Sanskrit word takshan. What is that? Takshan. Understand? Which means carpenter or builder. Okay. So here, when plates push one to another, we see their mountains are formed. Sometimes it leads to earthquakes also. Which one? It leads to earthquakes instead. So here, the constant pushing of the plates may create mountains, or sometimes earthquakes may come. So this is the thing we find at the plate boundaries. Understand? These plates are floating on the mantle. So when they move, they collide with one to another. One plate collides with another one. Okay. Look at here. This is the plate I have drawn here. Another plate is there. So when these two plates meet at this point, one plate dips, okay, into the mantle, another plate rises above. Then in the mantle, whatever the material here present, that comes out and forms the water mountains. Sometimes the crust gets breaks and goes into the mantle, and that what we call earthquakes. So what is the result of the plate movements? The result of the plate movements is that formation of the mountains, or what to call earthquakes, may takes place. This is the importance of the plate boundaries. Okay, there are 7 major plates. The next is sea floor spreading. What is sea floor spreading? We know that when the plates push constantly one to another, then molten material from the mantle erupts out and it becomes cool, spreading the water crust part, and that is called sea floor spreading. It means the formation of a new sea floor. What do you see here? There, the sea floor is formed. New sea floor is formed at the mid-ocean ridges. Where it is? At mid-ocean ridges. Look at here. This is the mid-ocean ridges. Okay, where it is the deepest point of the ocean. We call mid-ocean ridges. So at mid-ocean ridges, from the mantle, molten material comes out. Okay, how is molten material? It is very hot, we know that. So when molten material comes out, it becomes cool and pushes the water both sides of the crust to enlarge. Okay, so in this way we see that the sea floor spreads. Okay, the formation of a new sea floor by erupted magma from the mantle at mid-ocean ridge is called sea floor spreading. Okay, look at this slide. What do you see here? In the mantle we find there what molten material coming out of the mantle. Okay, that is, how is at a mantle? It is very hot, lot of pressure is inside that. Okay, so the conventional current due to the hotness at the mantle, then it comes out from the mid-ocean ridges. Okay, as it comes out it becomes cool. Okay, so that the from the mantle, the material which is coming out here pushes these two plates away. So plate 1 is going towards left, and plate 2 is going towards right when magma is erupting out. So this erupted magma, what to call, becomes cool here and forms new crust. Okay, when the liquid material turns to solid form, it pushes the crust to enlarge. So the new crust is formed at mid-ocean ridges. That what we call a sea floor spreading. Okay, so in this way we see that always new crust is formed at mid-ocean ridges and stand or not, and this constant pushing of the plates at the plate boundaries, what we call a geologic activity. We call it a geologic activity. What is by geologic activity? That means the constant pushing of the plates at the plate margins. Where it is? At the plate margins, what we call a geologic activity. Okay, so highest geologic activity we find at the margins of the plates. So when Eurasian plate and Indian plate pushed each other, that led to formation of Himalayas. So the youngest folded mountains, Himalayas, formed due to the plate movements. Understand? The movement of the plates, what we call plate tectonic movements. So highest geologic activity we find at the plate boundaries instead. And volcanic eruption also takes place at the plate boundaries. What is a volcanic eruption? On the earth's surface we find the molten material coming out from the mantle. Okay, what is a volcano? It is a place on the earth's surface from where from where molten material erupts out. Look at here, this is the crust part what I am showing here. Look at this, the crust part, and here on the earth it is crust part, means it is the surface of the earth, surface of the earth. Understand? So this is what mantle. What that? Mantle. Then molten material from the mantle is erupting out from this place. It erupts out with a lot of pressure, so that it leading to the formation of a volcanic eruption that leads to the formation of volcanoes. Understand? Look at here in this slide. what do you see? It is a volcanic eruption. Okay, here we find that molten material erupting out from here, understand, and forming the what? Volcanic mountain. When molten material erupts out from the what to call volcanoes, along with that several gases also erupted out, understand, that is dust part, smoke, uh, and other stream also comes from the depths of the earth. So when plate boundaries at the plate boundaries, what we see there, forming the new crust or what you call volcanic eruption. This is the drama takes place at the plate boundaries. So the movement of the plates is called plate tectonic, and the result of the plate tectonics is formation of the what mountains, and it is the what to call earthquakes takes place, understand. This is the thing we see here. Okay,